everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got a great haul for you guys today. This is from HamiltonBook.com, and I want to say, look, I'm not sponsored by HamiltonBook.com, but I also want to call out a site when I think that they're selling discs, Blu-ray discs and 4K discs at a fair price. And HamiltonBook.com has a lot of great deals on their site usually. It's a great place to go and just check out. Maybe not on a weekly basis, but at least once a month, you should stop by that website and just check out what they have, because a lot of times you can find some pretty good Blu-rays for $5, and even in some cases under $5. So HamiltonBook.com is just a place that I go occasionally to just check and maybe fill out my collection, you know, find some of those titles that I missed or that I don't have to add to my collection to supplement. I'm going to say this too, they don't sponsor me. I said it before, they don't sponsor me, but I'm recommending them, HamiltonBook.com. So let's take a look at some of the items that I got from HamiltonBook.com, because I'm going to tell you, it's a pretty big haul. We have 11 items total to go through today. And what this will do is this will just serve to provide you with a little bit of an idea of what you can get from Hamilton Book, what you can find there, and what you can add into your collection. Now, not everything is $5. Maybe that's important to note. Some things are a little higher than that, but you're still going to find discs, Arrow Video, Shout Factory, your boutiques. You're still going to find a lot of these boutique titles at Hamilton Book, and they're going to be a fair price. So I want to jump right into it. I don't want to make this a 40-minute video. So let's dive right into what we picked up. The first title I have for you guys today is one, I saw it on Netflix. I never watched it, but I've heard it's kind of a weird thing because I've heard good things and I've heard bad things about this title. A wide variety. I've heard that it's a really, really terrible movie, and I've heard that it's a pretty decent film, and that is Apartment 143. Now look, I got this for under $5 on Hamilton Book, okay? Under $5. It was an easy pickup for me because if I'm paying for something for this, why not? I mean, it's something I can just add to my horror film collection. I believe this is a found footage film, kind of a Paranormal Activity copy, and I don't know. I've read a wide gamut of reviews for this one. I've read that it's pretty scary and spooky and good, to this is just absolute trash. So Apartment 143, I'm excited to give this one a watch and see if it's worth anything. I don't know, but for under $5, come on. Easy pickup right here. Easy, 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 easy. Next on the list is a film that inspired the movie Joker. It really did. And you can see the inspirations of this film in Joker in multiple ways. It's a Martin Scorsese film. It's one of Martin Scorsese's kind of underappreciated films, maybe, in a way, and that is the king of comedy. This is not perfect, but it's a pretty darn good movie. And when you watch, if you give this one a watch, you're going to see a lot of how this movie, even the title, really. You can kind of just even see right here on the picture on the front, you can see how this influenced the movie Joker. And it really did in many ways. It's kind of a downtrodden comedian. He's struggling. He's not very exciting. He's not having a very good career. And this just kind of plays with that a little bit. And it's got Robert De Niro and Jerry Lewis in it. This again was under $5. Easy pickup, easy add to the collection. I don't have this, and I'm excited to give this a viewing. If you like Joker, you should give this one a try. This influenced Joker in many, many ways. Next up, we have a Hammer horror film, and that's Taste the Blood of Dracula, starring Christopher Lee. Man, I love Hammer horror. You know, Hammer horror in many ways, I don't want to say it's better than the Universal horror films, but in many ways, they just do things a little differently. What I like about Hammer, what I can respect about them, is they didn't just take the Universal monsters and then just kind of retell the stories. Some of them they did. But in other ones, they really made their own out of it. And anytime I find a Hammer horror title that I don't have in my collection, I'm picking that up. And this was another one where it was listed at a really, really good price. Taste the Blood of Dracula. It might not be the best Hammer horror, and it might not be the best telling of Dracula from Hammer horror, but you know what? Again, at a low, low price, this is an easy, easy pickup for me, and it's an add to my Hammer horror collection that I already have building up. Taste the Blood of Dracula. And it's kind of a good question, too. It raises a good question. Who do you guys think was the best Dracula. I mean, there's so many different variations of Dracula. You gotta respect Christopher Lee. You just have to, right? I mean, the man is an incredible actor, and he does a good job playing Dracula. He does a good job in a lot of the Hammer horror films, and him and Peter Cushing always play off of each other. And when I talked about Horror Express a little bit, I kind of talked about that dynamic between Cushing and Lee, and a lot of that dynamic comes from the Hammer horror series because they played off of each other a lot in that series. Always adversaries, never really partners. So that's what made Horror Express so interesting. So anyways, Taste the Blood of Dracula, we got that one. Very excited to give that one a watch. Now we're going to get into some of the boutiques. And I'm going to start with Scream Factory, Shout Factory. I picked up two titles, from the Scream Factory brand. And I really do enjoy Shout Factory / Scream Factory. They're the same company. And I really do enjoy their releases. They do a pretty good job with restorations, and they do a pretty good job of releasing a lot of horror films, niche horror films on disc. And what I got here is the Scream Queen double feature. And that is The Fog and The Howling. This is a two feature. You get both The Fog and The Howling on this. I know there are separate releases of both of these, I think, from Scream Factory, and then there's this two double feature release. And I picked this one up. I saw it. Both these films pretty good, if I remember correctly. They're films that I enjoy. So I'm, again, just another good pickup from Hamilton Book. Also, and important to note with this one you get the slipcover. So you get the collector's edition that has the slipcover. I know that Scream Factory will release some with the slipcovers and then some without. And this is Sam Raimi, Drag Me to Hell. And check out that artwork. That is just dope artwork, isn't it? And this was another great pickup. I think this was $9.99, but you get the theatrical and the unrated version on this one. So you get two different versions of the film, which is pretty great. They're both 2K digital intermediates, and just loaded with special features, obviously. Scream Factory does a really good job with the special features. And Drag Me to Hell is one of the more recent, I think it might be the most recent Sam Raimi film. It's very Sam Raimi. You watch it, you know it's a Sam Raimi film. There's no question there. Just gore and great practical effects. And it's a great movie. Drag Me to Hell, again, just another easy pickup, and really shows the depth of what they have on Hamilton Book. Now, we're going to get into the Arrow video films. I got a ton of Arrow video, okay, discs from Hamilton Book. A lot of these movies I've never seen. But if you're a collector of Arrow, you see that Arrow logo on a disc, you just got to pick it up, right? And Hamilton Book had a lot of Arrow video. And the last one I'm going to show is one that I'm really excited about. But let's get into some of these Arrow video releases that were on HamiltonBook.com. And you can, again, just get a range of what you can find on that website. The first one is Ronin. Here you go. And you even get the slipcover here. And this is just I don't know if you haven't seen this, I would highly recommend giving this one a viewing. It's a great, action-packed thriller. It's got Robert De Niro in it, and it's just, it's definitely realistic, and it's a grounded film. It's very gritty. This is a 4K restoration of this film, put on a Blu-ray disc, and there's a ton of special features on this thing. And again, I think I got this for $9.99, which for an Arrow video release is just a phenomenal price. So Ronin, again, big pickup. Highly recommended pickup right here. Next up, we have Terror in a Texas Town, and you can see the price is still on here. This at one point was a $40 Blu-ray, and I'm pretty sure I got this for $9.99. That's a steal, man. And this is from Arrow Academy. Arrow Academy takes non-horror related titles, really some classic film, and they do restorations of them and then put them on discs. And one Cinema Paradiso is coming out later this year. That's an Arrow Academy pickup. That's one that we might have on this channel. But this is kind of a Western. It's really a combination noir and Western. It's a Western noir film, and it's one that I have never seen, but I'm very excited to take a look at this. An important note about this film, it was actually written by Dalton Trumbo. Dalton Trumbo was blacklisted, during the McCarthy era. He was blacklisted. So a different writer actually got credit for this film, but Dalton Trumbo was the one who actually wrote the film. So I think that's kind of interesting. Ben Perry, I believe, was credited for that, but this is a Dalton Trumbo written film, and that's pretty interesting. That's an interesting piece of history that's kind of coupled in with this. So Texas in a terror town. Wait, terror in a Texas town. Never been to a terror town. Next we got Wake Up and Kill. This is a DVD and Blu-ray combination, another Arrow video release. And this is based on a true story. This is kind of based on the life of Luciano Lutring, who I probably said that name wrong, but that's what it is. He's known as the machine gun soloist, and this is kind of a story based on his life. He did a lot of armed robberies in Italy, and so this is kind of a story based on his life. So if you're kind of into that, I don't know, bank thrillers or robberies and things like that, this is a good pickup for you. Wake Up and Kill. Next, we have the gruesome twosome. And when I see horror films, I just gotta buy them. This is another Arrow video release from 1967, I believe, is when this one's from. And essentially this is kind of a lady and her son own a wig shop, and how they get their wigs, that's under a little bit of suspicious circumstances there. How do they get their wigs? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with some co-eds. Anyways, gruesome twosome, another Arrow video pickup. And then we have Pray for Death. This is an 80s ninja film. 80s ninja film. I mean, come on. How can you mess that? Sho Kosugi, he stars as a family man who kind of, he gets brought to the U.S. To live out his life, and then it turns out he needs to get some sweet, sweet vengeance in this film. So this is kind of one of those ninja films with vengeance involved. Sho Kosugi was a great martial artist, and this is one of his films, and it was a good find. And finally, the cream of the crop, in my opinion, this is the one, man. A little backstory behind this before I talk about what it is. So I had ordered this from Amazon. I ordered the limited edition. I found it at a pretty good price, and then the post office lost it. And they lost it. I never got it. And then when I got on Amazon to find it again, they were sold out, and I couldn't get it unless I wanted to spend a ridiculous amount of money on it from a third-party seller, which I did not. So I started looking for just the normal version of this, and I couldn't find it. A lot of places were out of stock. And then finally, I'm on Hamilton Book. I'm just shopping the deals, and what do you know? I find the Ringu collection. This is all three Ringu movies, Ringu, Ringu 2, and Ringu 0. And if you don't know what Ringu is the Japanese horror film that The Ring is based off of. The Ring is the American retelling of Ringu. And in many ways, I just find Ringu to be superior. I thought The Ring was a good movie, and it certainly had an impact on me when I was in high school. But I just think that Ringu is a better telling of that story. It's the original. It just is what it is. And I really, really, really wanted to own this box set. And I'm super happy that Hamilton Book had this and that I was able to purchase it at a pretty good price. So Ringu, the collection, 3 movies, Arrow Video. How can you go wrong? So guys, that's what I got from Hamilton Video. That's it. That's everything. And that's a ton, man. 11 discs. I think I spent about $160, I think, on all of that. Which, I mean, come on. You're talking tons of Arrow releases, tons of Scream Factory and Shout Factory releases. That's a good price for all of these releases, in all honesty. So again, I recommend you highly go to hamiltonbook.com and just check it out. You might be able to find some titles, many of them under $5, that you can add to your collection. Leave some comments on what you think about this. Are any of these ones that I should jump into first? should I be excited about a lot of it? I've never seen a lot of these movies, so these are interesting for me. But again, I collect Arrow video. I'm trying to build my collection of Arrow video, so it was easy to just pick all these up. Anyways, let me know what you think. Please subscribe if you like my work, if you want to see more of it. Please comment, please like, please ding the notification bell so you know when new videos are coming up. Usually they're going to be on Wednesday. This week's is actually going to be on Thursday because some of my shipments are coming in a little late. But we're very excited. We got some additional content coming your way. We're thinking of a lot of creative things. We're working on a different background. You've been seeing my couch and my window for a little while now, but I'm working on some things there, okay? I think in September you're going to see a little bit of a change there. And we're just happy to have you guys watching. So anyways, thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time.